Well, hey sweet people, and welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome especially. My name's Sally and I am so glad that you've stopped by. Before we dive into today's video, I have a very important announcement, and that is that today, the day this video is going live, November 20th, 2024, is my nutrition practice, Riza Nutrition and Lifestyle's first birthday. And in celebration of Riza's first birthday, kind of in conjunction with Black Friday, and really as a means to say thank you so much for making this a reality, making my dreams a reality, being here, supporting me, I'm doing my biggest sale ever, my biggest sale of the year, and I am offering 50% off, yes, 50% off basics, my Pro-Metabolic starter guide today through 11:59 p.m. on November 30th. All you have to do is go to the link down below, and then when you go to checkout, enter code BDAYBF for 50% off basics. It is a $40 value, and until the end of the month, you can get it for just under $20. A very good deal if I do say so myself. And if you don't know what basics is, like I said, it is my Pro-Metabolic starter guide, but it walks you through what I believe to be the tenets of a metabolically supportive diet and lifestyle, those being blood sugar regulation, inflammation management, and nutrient needs, or specifically how to meet your nutrient needs through diet and through strategic supplementation. It also has notes on metabolically supportive exercise, on key dietary inclusions, so you can make the concepts in the book really, really practical. And then it includes over 20 recipes in a week-long meal plan so that you can begin implementing these practices immediately. So thank you again so much for your support. Go check it out. I'm also doing a giveaway, but you have to go over to the Riza Nutrition Instagram to learn more about that. Also linked down below. For now, let's get into the video. When it comes to meals for fat loss, I need to make the disclaimer right now that what works for me might not work for you. And that's because our caloric needs are extremely bio-individual. The number of calories we burn in a day is dependent upon our height, it's dependent upon our weight, our age, the state of our metabolism overall, the amount of muscle mass on our bodies. There's so many different factors that contribute that I could be eating in a calorie deficit for me, so under my maintenance, and that same number of calories could be more calories than you need in a day and put you into a surplus, or vice versa. So it's important that you calculate your own calorie and macronutrient needs. If this is something you want help with, feel free to reach out. I'll put my booking link down below so you can always book a discovery call with me if you are interested. But all disclaimers aside, I love these particular meals because they are high in protein and fiber, because they keep me full, and because they just do really well for me, particularly in a fat loss phase, where they're easy to know what's in them, and I know that I can just count on them, again, to keep me full. So without further ado, let's get into the first recipe.
First meal is very straightforward, and it is one that I have on repeat because it is so delicious and satisfying, and it starts with these chicken sausages from Trader Joe's. They are maple apple chicken sausages, and they're just so good. You can get other chicken sausages. Pork sausages are great too, but of course those are going to be a little bit higher calorie, generally speaking, so the chicken sausages can be helpful for our purposes here today. But I do 3 of the chicken sausages with 3 eggs, and then I like to have it with an apple. Particularly right now because apples are in season and extra delicious. But in general, I think that when you get a good apple, it is super satisfying and you get a lot of it for not a ton of calories. So once again, it can help when you are looking to lose fat but still stay full and satisfied at a meal. So of course, I flip my eggs over. I like to keep the yolks a little bit runny in them. I top them with salt, pepper, and kelp granules. And the total macronutrients for this meal, it's 460 calories. It has 30 grams of carbohydrates, 23 grams of fat, and then 33 grams of protein. So a great way to start the day, or honestly have it anytime, but I guess these are traditionally breakfast foods. It's a really great way to get that protein in and start your day strong. Next meal, maybe even more simple, but I have to mention it because it, when I have been in periods of fat loss, has been one of the most helpful things to have in my tool belt, and it is yogurt with berries and honey. I simply did about 300 grams of Greek yogurt here. I love yogurt that has fat in it. I will often use yogurt that has fat in it. This is just what I can get from Costco, and it does help you to get some more volume in without getting as many calories in. But just note that fat has its place in dairy in order for you to absorb your nutrients. So this had 2 servings of yogurt. It had a cup of blueberries and then a serving of honey. And the macronutrients on that, a tablespoon of honey, the macronutrients on that were like 309 calories, 48 grams of carbs, 0 fat. Of course, you could use yogurt with fat in it and get that fat up, which would be ideal. And then 33 grams of protein. So next thing on the list is going to be this tomato soup that I have also been making on repeat with all of the tomatoes that came out of my garden. You start by weighing out 3 pounds of tomatoes, and then you are going to remove the stems. You are going to cut them either in halves or in quarters just so they're kind of evenly sized, and you're going to add them to a sheet pan, which you'll see here in a minute. You're going to open 2 cloves of garlic, throw them on that sheet pan as well, and then you're going to cut up an onion. You can use anywhere from like a half to a full onion. You can also add in like half a bell pepper, 1 full bell pepper, whatever you want to do. That's also really yummy, but I did not have any, so I didn't do it. Now on that sheet pan, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You're going to add a generous sprinkle of salt, ideally a mineral-rich salt. I like to add basil and then lots of freshly cracked pepper as well. Toss everything all around. You want to make sure it is evenly coated, and then you are going to pop it into the oven at 425, first for 15 minutes, and then you are going to stir it. You can see I'm pulling it out here. I'm just going to gently stir it, and then you're going to put it back in for about another 10 minutes. So 25 minutes of cook time total till everything is soft. And once it comes back out, we are going to add it to a pot with 2 cups of either chicken stock, you could totally use bone broth here, or water. All of the above work. I used water this time, and the camera didn't start, so you can't even see me putting it in the thing. But I used water this time, and you still have really nice flavor. And then you're going to use an immersion blender if you have one. If not, you can put it in a regular blender. You just probably want it to be a little bit cooler first. But I use my immersion blender. I love this thing. Just blend it until it is really, really nice and smooth. And of course, this meal or this component of a meal isn't itself particularly high in protein. You actually might be surprised how much the protein kind of adds up in the tomatoes, but you want to have something with it. The soup itself has 76 calories in a 300 gram serving. It is 9 carbohydrates, 1 fat, and then 5 protein. And you can see there I had it with potatoes and ground beef to make a full meal. So last meal is going to be this avocado chicken salad. I started out with 200 grams of shredded chicken breast and half an avocado. From here, I added a generous amount of diced red onion. You can add however much you want. And then I added lemon juice from juice from half a lemon. And then I added salt, lots of pepper, and a dash of my preferred hot sauce. Now all you have to do, and it is a little easier if you mash the avocado at first, I will say, is mash it all up and mix it together. You can serve this with crackers, as you'll see I do here in a minute. You can serve it with toast. You could put it on a sandwich. You could just eat it on its own with a piece of fruit to get those carbs in. But this is so good. Like, shocked by how good this was. Total macronutrients on this with the 6 water crackers that I had were 541 calories. It has 19 carbs, 24 fat, and then 62 protein.